Good evening, viewers, and this is Mr. Course here with a new report on cycling during COVID. Well, that's 2020 for you. A new report shows that bicycle sales for 2020 are way up. In fact, Axios.com reports that bike sales in April were up 75%, and bike sales in June were up 63%. Leisure bike sales for the year are up 203%, and for mountain bikes, sales are up 150%. It appears that as the coronavirus pandemic set in, along with stay-at-home orders and social distancing, people felt the need to get out and do something, and bicycling is what they took to. In fact, New York Times reported that by the end of April, many U.S. retail stores were sold out of bikes. A Brooklyn bicycle shop said that their sales were 600% higher than at the same time last year, stating, quote, "When in the past you could have walked into a bicycle store with $1,000 and bought a bicycle, now the stores are empty." For more on this, let's head over to Carlo Marxi for some economic impact info.
Yeah, hi, this is Carlo Marxi here to show you the economic impact of what happens when people's tastes and preferences change. If you follow me over here to the concrete, I'll show you right now. Ready? First of all, we have our supply and demand graph with our price and our quantity. Now, the normal equilibrium for bicycles would have a downward sloping demand curve and an upward sloping supply curve operating at a place right here called market equilibrium. And what happens when people's tastes and preferences change, like what happened with the coronavirus and everybody suddenly wanted to ride a bicycle, is demand shifts outward. Meaning that we have a new market equilibrium with a higher price and a higher quantity. Back to you.
We appreciate the report, Carlo, and very interesting stuff, how the demand curve shifts and everybody wants to buy more bicycles at higher prices. I often wonder what the impact will be of this long term. For more on that, let's head off to another expert on some random other thing that they're going to talk about with a graph. Yeah, hey, thanks. I'm coming to you live from my mom's garage where I've had to move since the COVID pandemic set in, and I just wanted to talk to you briefly about something that happened in the 1970s. See, at that point in time, there was a huge increase in oil combined with something called stagflation. That resulted in a massive increase in the purchase of bicycles, as you can see by the chart right next to me. Now, based on that chart and what happened in the 1970s, people really got their hopes up. They got excited. They said, this oil prices and the new purchase of bicycles, this is the end of the automobile industry. We are going to have bicycle cities, bicycle highways. Everyone will go everywhere on bicycles. And what happened? Oil prices dropped, people stopped riding, and we went back to doing things just the way they were. So, the all-powerful bicycle lobby is looking at 2020 as an opportunity to turn our cities into pure bicycle-friendly places that no cars and just people on bicycles everywhere. But I'm not sure it's going to happen because it failed for them in the 70s and it might fail again. All right, that's it. Back to you. Thank you very much. Interesting stuff. I always love it when we can hear from a random expert in their mom's garage. Well, that brings me to an interesting thought. I'm not sure what's going to happen with all this bicycle mayhem that has happened in 2020. The increase in purchases have certainly frustrated a lot of parents who are trying to purchase bicycles for their kids for the holidays. Still, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. It's just proof that some industries during this COVID pandemic are down while some industries are up. Interesting thing to think about as we move forward. That's all for this episode of Random Pieces of News from Mr. Course's Classroom. I hope you'll have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow.